Mirabel is the protagonist of Encanto, seemingly because she sticks out as she's the only Madrigal child without a gift, but her family still treat her the same way they treat any other family member, besides Abuela and her mother who gives her extra attention because of it. So although she doesn't have a gift, it doesn't make much of a difference, and she's not the only Madrigal without a gift. Abuela, Felix and Agustin also don't have gifts. Why couldn't they be the protagonist? Surely they too would be able to save the miracle. As well as this, why not Bruno? Surely he's the only family member not shown until the second half of the movie, yet has a whole song dedicated to him. He'd be a great candidate for protagonist, especially with him being an outsider looking in for most of the movie. Bruno would work well as the audience's surrogate because we too would feel like an outsider when faced with this family because we have no gift. If not Bruno, then what about Isabella? She's forced to be perfect when she wants nothing to do with the word. That would make an awesome perspective and give a more in-depth look on what it's like to live like this in real life, help people understand others, and maybe give a helping hand and lower their expectations when it's needed. Or Dolores or Pepper, two characters who are visibly suffering because of their gift. Dolores hears everything she doesn't want to hear, and everything loud is just painful. There is no world where the positives outweigh the negatives of this gift. Therefore, it could make for a well-crafted story of tragedy. What about Antonio? He was the character who held a ceremony and manifested his gift on screen. He figures everything out on his own through his animals, and he's the youngest in the family. So he's treated like he doesn't know anything. Like the audience who doesn't know anything, and are learning as they go along. But I'm not here to talk about what ifs. I want to tell you why Mirabel is so crucial to the plot of Encanto as the protagonist, because no one else would work. Not Felix, not Abuela or Agustin, not Bruno, not Isabella, not Pepper or Dolores, and not Antonio. Just Mirabel. I've talked about Bruno and Antonio being good uses of the audience's surrogate. But what does that actually mean? An audience's surrogate is a proxy for the audience, or someone who thinks like the audience, asks questions like the audience, is thinking and provides the audience with someone to identify with. They offer the audience a familiar point of view in an unfamiliar world. Mirabel may or may not be relatable to you. It's subjective really, since not everyone is the youngest child. Eldest children, such as myself, may identify more with Isabella, and the middle children may identify more with Luisa. There are a lot of relatable characters in the film to different people, but the relatability of characters isn't the deciding factor of whether or not they make a suitable surrogate. What is a deciding factor is a shared view of the events in the fictional world and shared traits which contrast the traits of other characters in this world. This is why you see a lot of protagonists in the film be relatively normal or stereotypical and lacking of personality compared to the other characters, like Gumball from The Amazing World of Gumball, or Vanya from The Umbrella Academy. Or characters are thrust into a world and they're full of ignorance and naivety, like Dipper from Gravity Falls or Thomas from Maze Runner. Mirabel lacks a gift like the audience, in a way that stands out. She doesn't have a gift, but she's supposed to, unlike Alma, Felix and Agustin. Mirabel was raised to think she was special up until 5 years old. When she didn't get her gift and that hope was shattered, then she spends the rest of her life wondering why she's not special and what can she do to be different and stand out. This desire is shared by many members of society who want to stand out and be appreciated, but in a way that's socially acceptable. Mirabel realises she stands out because of her lack of a gift, but she doesn't want to stand out this way, because although people see her, they don't really appreciate her. Mirabel looks up to her gifted Madrigal counterparts and wants to be just like them, similar to us and our idols and celebrities who we deem as special in contrast to our bland and boring lives. Mirabel cannot understand why she can't be like them, parallel to the way we think about celebrities, yearning to be like them and not knowing why we can't be. Near the start of the film, when Mirabel is information hunting, she goes to find Dolores and chases after Luisa, but the way she talks to them, it's quite formal to say she's lived with them for 15 years and they're her family.
Dolores, hey, out of all my older cousins, you're like my favorite cousin, so I feel like I can talk to you about anything. Ergo, you can talk to me about anything.
I don't believe this is how she actually talks to them. I think this is just the movie using Mirabel to introduce us to these two characters. After we don't talk about Bruno, obviously the whole audience is on edge of their seat, eager to discover Bruno, and Mirabel is the only one willing to go and find out where he is. The only one who wants to know, just like us. So the miracle is sent to Mirabel to save itself. That's pretty important as a major plot point. Mirabel is obviously necessary to the plot, but is she really necessary as the protagonist? Well, no, but that doesn't divert from her importance. If someone else were the protagonist, there would be plot holes, and the story wouldn't be as enticing. The hit that Encanto has become would never have been. Mirabel saves the miracle because that was what she was sent to do. Therefore, every action she takes is because of this, and any other character couldn't take on this role so passionately because, well, They've got better things to do. They have their respective roles in the family, and trying to save the Miracle would go against that, go against their destiny, go against what Casita and the Miracle had planned for them. Therefore, to the audience, it couldn't feel right, it wouldn't fit. Mirabel is the only one who can save the Miracle because her whole character is designed to do that, so it flows well. A character with a gifts role is to have that gift and help the townspeople with their gift in their own specialised way, and a character who is a parent's role is to be a parent to their child. Breaking these roles would make the whole movie feel forced, but having a character with two roles would be too much. There would be clutter and there would be too many things going on for the story to work smoothly. Mirabel's relationships with the other characters are crucial to realising her importance. Each relationship leads her to save the Miracle and provides the audience with some relatability and a new perspective on their own lives and others. Mirabel loves and respects Abuela, showing ignorance to how controlling she is, the pressure she puts everyone under, and the way Abuela shuns her and sees her as a mistake until later in the movie, when she lets out her subconscious opinions and anger towards her. This relationship is probably relatable to a lot of Hispanic kids, but can also be relatable to anyone who's been in a toxic relationship. Julieta must be the only character who truly appreciates Mirabel for who she is and acknowledges her redeeming qualities and accomplishments. However, this angers Mirabel and pushes her to try harder. This is an example of a relationship where someone is satisfied with the other person, but the other person wants to be pushed and generally needs that to do better. Isabella and Mirabel have a classic sibling relationship where they pretend to hate each other but they really love each other and will help each other out when in need. Almost anyone with siblings can relate to this, but it can also shed light on how your sibling feels. If you're a Mirabel, you can understand how much pressure your sibling is under and how much they're struggling. If you're an Isabella, you can understand how difficult it is for people to see your struggles and learn that it's okay to open up to your sibling because they just want attention. Antonio and Mirabel appear to be the closest in the movie, which is very important because Mirabel had to watch Antonio have everything she ever wanted, yet she didn't get angry. She was happy for him. Obviously she was upset, but not at him, at Casita and the Miracle. This bond is what keeps the family together, the tiebreaker which saves the Miracle. If Mirabel and Antonio's relationship wasn't so strong, then all she would feel is rage at every member of her family, diffusing all passion for trying to save the Miracle and causing her to never try bring the family back together. Bruno and Mirabel become close in a short period of time. Bruno seems to rely on Mirabel for social support and grows fond of her because they can relate to each other. They're both outcasts and Mirabel almost became Bruno. They share an understanding that no one will ever understand them or truly appreciate them except each other, and it can be used as an example relationship because Bruno has something Mirabel wants, a gift, and Mirabel has something Bruno wants, family love. But they help each other realise that sometimes the thing you want isn't as good as you make it out to be. That was my analysis on Mirabel's character and her importance as the protagonist of Encanto. I hope you enjoyed, and comment down below which protagonist you want me to analyse next. Thanks for watching, bye!